Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. As you can see behind me, this is a project I've been working on. If you follow me at Menzfabrics on Instagram, you'll have already have seen that I have been working on this for a little while. So this is a Ohio Star quilt block, I believe. That is what it's called. Actually, where's my book? A special for my aunt, and she is now needs help. She's in assisted living care facility. So, because she had a couple of falls, and she didn't break anything, but just she lives on her own, and she's 93. So now she's living there. So it's a huge adjustment for her. So I thought, because she has a love for quilting, and obviously she doesn't sew anymore, so I thought she would really enjoy something special, that because she helped teach me how to learn to quilt. So I thought she would appreciate this small quilt. I thought a lap quilt would be good, and that way, if for the fall when it gets colder, she would enjoy it. So a while ago, she gave me this book, which was her mother's. So in my grandmother's writing on the inside of the cover is 1958, and it's has her name and where she lived. So it's called The Standard Book of Quilt Making and Collecting, and it's quite a bit in this book. But the thing that I like about it is, look, cardboard pieces. This is before the days of quilt rollers and rotary cutters. My grandmother used to put sandpaper on her cardboard templates to help her cut out her pieces. I remember that. So the thing I like about this book, it's all in black and white, but oh, there, here we go. That's what I'm trying to find. Is it has all the quilt blocks in it. So it has all the quilt blocks. I don't think I can hold this up. And the various ways you can lay them out, and tells you the name of them. So, oh, more stuff's flying out of here. Let's see. Oh, is that it? No. So, you can see what they're all called. I thought the Ohio Star one was on here. Ooh, why didn't I think this through and get this? I know it's in here. So it's a good resource for if you're looking for a block to make. And it tells you how to sew them together, which is the old-fashioned way. I'm trying to find the quilt block, which I see. And that's what I like about them, because they have all the names on them, because there's so many variations of a quilt block that you can just trying to figure out the name, and you can see how they're so similar. So I like that they're all in one place. And this is often, now I can't find it. There, this is the block that I did. So I don't know. Oh, I'm holding it crooked. If you can, well, obviously no, you can't see that. But that's the Ohio Star. So it's similar to this. I don't know. Quilt blocks have so many different names. But when I want to make a quilt, I don't buy a kit or anything. I use what I have, and I pick out a block that I think that I can make because I'm not that experienced of a quilter. But this is, so it has flying geese in it right here. And yeah, so I just started making the blocks and then tried to figure out how big a lap quilt is, and then went from there. Figured out how many blocks I would need to. So right now this is measuring around 38 and it might be around 45 inches. So I have it half sewn together. Well, all the blocks are done. It's just a matter of sewing them together. And they seem to be going together quite nicely. And it was funny when I haven't sewn a quilt block for quite a while. So when I was doing it, like I watch YouTube videos and stuff all the time, as I'm sure you do as well, about how to make a thing, and they do it in 30 seconds in a speeded up version. And when I sewed the blocks together, I thought, oh, that's not too bad. I got it sewn together. But when you're making a whole bunch of them, it just seems like, oh my goodness, you think you're going to get it done in 5 minutes. Anyway, I thought it was amusing to myself, and I thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, I do have this fabric that I could use for the backing. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that or not. It's not in the quilt, but I don't have enough to do binding. But I do have I have the red, and I have this, and I have this, and I might have enough of those to do binding. So I'm not, probably just red would be the best for the binding. I don't know. So yes, so the next time you see this quilt, hopefully it will be finished, and I'll make a playlist for it. So, and something else that I discovered that worked really well when I was making this quilt is I don't have a design wall. And speaking of design walls, I'm sure you all watch Karen Brown or Kate from the last Homely House. They both have had videos where they show how they made their design wall. And I thought, oh, what a good idea. But I can't use styrofoam. Like, it doesn't matter what kind it is, because my cat eats it. I don't know why. Ever since I got my sewing machine, you know how they come packed in styrofoam? She's addicted to it. You can't have anything in this house that has styrofoam in it or around it, or if it's in a box, she will not leave that box alone until she gets at it. So even styrofoam balls, styrofoam plates, my, you know why this is decoupage? Because one day I came home, and I used to have 2 of these, and I came home and the whole bottom was all chewed, and she actually eats it, so I don't think that's good for her, really. So yeah, so this has to be a styrofoam clear house. And styrofoam's not so great anyway, but it is really good for sticking pins in. So when I was making this quilt, I wanted to see the second block, because I'm just gonna unpin one out of here, because this makes your other block. So that looks kind of funny there now. But that works really well, having a wall hanging to pin your blocks to. Like if you don't have a design board, which would be the same as if you hung up a curtain against a wall or something like that. But I like where it's thick. You can really grab hold of it for to stick pins in. So yeah, you can. I really like that. And then if you remember where you put your pins, and you're not gonna damage your wall. So I was really pleased with how that worked out. So I have some flannel, and I am planning, I might even do a rough quilt job on it just to make it thicker, so I can use it for a design wall, because as you know, this wall hanging is not that big. So I'm just adjusting the camera. So so that's what I have been busy doing lately. I am excited to get this sewn together, because sewing the blocks together, because of the flying geese in here, are like right here, are quite time consuming. But I like sewing flying geese, which makes me want to make all the quilts and all the designs and just keep making them. So this fabric here is in my shop with the llamas on it, and I will leave a link to it down below if it is cute little llamas. There's hummingbirds and butterflies. So my aunt really likes hummingbirds, and I was looking for some hummingbird fabric, but I didn't see anything that I liked, and I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of fabric, so I already had the red and the llamas, so I just got 2 fabrics to go with it, and I think it turned out okay. So there'll also be some footage in here of me sewing the quilt blocks together, and I hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to sharing that with you when maybe she will let me film her opening it and see if she likes it. Because I remember her telling me that she really likes red and white quilts. So I hope it will cheer her up a little bit, and so that's why I want to get it made right away. And right now we're having a heat wave, so it seems like a strange thing for me to be doing right now, but that way it'll be ready for when it gets cooler. Hopefully soon. I'm not sure how I'm gonna quilt it. Um, I've never done free motion quilting before, so um, I have a walking foot for my sewing machine. So I think I'm just gonna do a grid, probably like because the squares are all 2.5 inches, so it'll probably be around a 2 inch grid maybe that I'll do, and maybe I'll go on the diagonal, or I don't know. How would you quilt that? It's in here. It would be nice to do X's. And I don't really want to do a whole bunch of starting and stopping, so maybe I'll just stitch around. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. So if you have any suggestions, I'd be glad to hear them. All doing well, and I will be talking to you again soon. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.